I'm Brittany. I'm a respiratory therapist with Home Medical, and I'm going to show you the portable suction machine that we may have provided to you. This machine is used for transportation. It does have a battery life. When you are at home, we do ask that you keep the machine plugged in at all times so that it is charged and ready to go for any time that you need to leave the house. This cord plugs in right here. There are two pieces to this cord. So it's plugged in right here. So you want to make sure that this is connected securely and then plugged into the wall. When it is charging and it's plugged in, you will have a green light showing that you are plugged in here. So you want to just ensure that that is on when you have it plugged in. The battery life on it is about 45 minutes of continuous use. So that is actually a lot longer than you might think because you're not going to run it continuously for 45 minutes. So that is continuous use, about 45 minutes on that battery. So when you go to use this machine, you'll have your canister in, your connection tubings here. This is your suction tubing hooked here. And then whatever device you're using for suctioning on this end. So when you turn this machine on, your power switch is here. And you want to occlude the end of your tubing and use this dial to set your pressures. So if you are suctioning a pediatric or an infant, you would set this to about 80 to 120 if you're suctioning down the trach, up to pressures of 150 for suctioning an adult down the trach. And you can slowly increase those pressures as needed if you're suctioning orally to effectively remove those secretions. If you have your machine turned on and you find that you're not able to get suction the end of the tube, you can disconnect here and check and see if you have suction at your canister. If you don't, you want to remove here, see if you have suction here. If you don't, then you remove this filter and check here. On this machine, there are a couple of different things that can impede that suction. One of them is the canister. If the canister is a red lid and it has a filter inside and it's gotten wet, it will not suction and you'll need to change that. This piece right here often gets flipped around the other direction, and if it is improperly on, it will not allow suction. So you want to make sure that this long stem is on this long stem. And then you check your filter here also. If this filter is wet, it will impede the suction, and this would need to be replaced with a spare part. The other thing is to make sure that this tube is not kinked on the side. If this canister is turned around and the tubing is kinked, then it will impede the suction. So you want to make sure that your tubing is not kinked over here. So once you have all of those things addressed, you hook your tubing back up and ensure that you have suction on this end. If you don't, then you can either call your respiratory therapist or you can call the home medical office. If it is after hours, they will contact the call service and have the respiratory therapist call you. Thank you.